Wellesley's own Suzy Duffy has had one of her novels published entitled Wellesley Wives. This book, coming out in September, will be the first in a trilogy based on the adventurous lives of two New England ladies. The publishing date is September 27th, so be sure to snag your copy.
We moved 3 years ago. There's myself and my husband. We have 5 children and 1 dog, and even the dog came with us, so you can imagine us in the airport. It was like a circus movie. My husband's business is over here, so he wanted to come for a couple of years to see what it would be like. And at the beginning, I was very nervous because all my family is based in Ireland. But it was the children, actually. They eventually said, what are you scared of, Mom? Take a risk.
Can you explain a little bit about the book, what the plot is,
Yeah.
characters?
It is about 2 women who are fabulously wealthy, and they lose everything. And you do this from a comedy perspective, and it's funny, and how they survive, and the situations they end up in. And one of them has 2 daughters. One is 29 and one is 30, and all is not as it seems with them either. In fact, there's quite a lot of naughtiness going on. And the whole thing unveils for the first half of the book, and it ends up in an almighty mess and fiasco, funny fiasco. And then it all sorts itself out. They find ways to work through this together as women helping each other. It's difficult to talk about it without giving too much away. To cut a long story short, the 2 women...
Well, if you were to try and
Okay,
draw in an audience,
highlights.
what would you say to get them?
Okay. There's a boathouse in Banagher involved. Banagher is a beautiful little village in the middle of Ireland where it's crazy. The Cayleys last all night, the crack is mighty, and these 2 beautiful Wellesley wives end up in the middle of this working behind the bar, and they're well able for it. They're a bit overwhelmed in the beginning, but they love it. One of the daughters ends up swimming with the sharks down off the coast of Mexico in the beautiful azure water. It's very complicated why she's there, and she has great fun getting herself out of that mess. Lily remains in the winter in Boston, and she has a few problems she's got to sort out too. So if you want some Caribbean escapism and you want some fun in the Midlands of Ireland, you got to read this book.
Are there any landmarks in the book that specifically point to Wellesley or things that people will recognize?
Yeah. Whole Foods is used once or twice. Prudential, so that's not really Wellesley. That's when they go into town. Apart from that, there's quite a few references to Cliff Road. I didn't mention shops by name because I would have had to get permission for things like that, so I didn't do that.
Why'd you pick Wellesley? Is it because you live here?
Yeah, the reason I picked Wellesley is because I love the town. It's where I'm living. It made sense, and it kind of just grew out organically.
Is there any specific advantage why are focusing on the suburbs, or why are you?
I guess I'm a country girl. Like my Irish books would be the same. They're usually in a small village or something where characters can accidentally bump into each other, or you can end up walking past your friend's house. That's what I'm used to. But I'm dealing with young moms and women who are 45, 50, so it's quite reasonable that they would be settled in a town like Wellesley, in comfortable suburbia.
Now, this book's coming out on September 27th.
September 27th.
Is there any launch plan?
There is, and everybody's invited. I'm pretty sure, check my website, suzyduffybooks.com, but I'm pretty sure it's the 4th of October in the Wellesley Bookshop. We've been talking. The reason I say I'm pretty sure is we've got to firm the date up, but I'm pretty sure it's the 4th of October, which will be just after publication date. 10% of all my royalties go to a designated charity, and I am in talks with, and I'm hoping we're going to go forward. Friends of Boston's Homeless are happy to liaise with me, so they're going to take 10% of all my royalties. And I don't know if you've checked out their website yet, but I am humbled to be working with them.
Good. Sounds like it'll be exciting.